Whoever does the PR for motherhood should be promoted. I feel if people really knew what was involved in motherhood, birth rates would decline pretty drastically. Just name another job that is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You get 0 sick days. You get 0 vacation days.
I don't get a bathroom break.
You don't get paid.
But like, I literally cannot poop without my children and my dog being inside the bathroom.
No, there's no such thing as privacy as a mom.
Never.
Like, that's gone. I went to the bathroom the other day. Everyone in my home my daughter found me, my son found me, my dog found me, and lastly, my husband found me.
Why?
All in like a 5-minute span.
Wait, what did your husband need?
He was checking on me because my kid said I snapped him. He's like, honey, are you all right?
See, that's really funny. Whenever I go to the bathroom, my husband, his name is Seth, he goes to our dog. He's like, where's mama? Why would you do that?
No.
I would like to be in the bathroom. And sure enough, here comes the dog. Like, oh, hi, Mom.
That deserves a punch in the throat.
Welcome to Permission to Be, where the messy middle finally gets a microphone.
Because let's be honest, life is not a highlight reel.
Here, we laugh at the absurd stuff, cry at the real stuff,
and talk about what it actually takes to find your way back to yourself. Oh my God. Are we doing this?
Yeah.
We're actually doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, first we should welcome people, right? Welcome to Permission to Be.
Welcome. We're here.
God. We're here.
This is truly motherhood at its finest because I just ran down the stairs after throwing a load of laundry in so I could have a date with you today.
Yep. And I just had to figure out what to do with my daughter. So my mom's on her way over to take care of my kid so that we can piece this together before her kids come home from school.
Yeah, we got like 30 minutes and I'm super sweaty. So,
I mean, we always have sweat going. That's just...
Is that perimenopause or is that like, what is that?
No, it's a fun game that you get to play at this age of like, is this perimenopause? Is this hormones? Or is this just life? I don't...
So Russian roulette.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much.
Oh, welcome everybody.
Oh my goodness. This podcast has been a long time coming. We have been talking about it for a long time. And I do think it's pretty hilarious that we decided to start a podcast 2 weeks before Christmas.
Makes total sense.
There's not enough going on in the holidays. Let's create, edit, produce, and launch a podcast. Who does that?
Why not? Why not?
Why are we doing this for ourselves?
Because women can do hard things.
Not only that, but you and I... Okay, time out. I think, first of all, people need to know who in the world we are because we're assuming that people know who. So I'm Shannon McClintock.
Do I go
Introduce
now?
yourself.
Come on, everybody. You should know who I am. My name is Jane Box. I am a 2-syllable name.
So let's start with just our story. What brought us to this point of creating a podcast called Permission to Be? You go first.
It's funny that she's giving me the floor because it was her idea to begin with. And she took me out to dinner when we were in Austin, Texas, and she had this huge buildup. And I'm like leaning in and I'm really excited. And I have my cocktail because that's what we do now in 2025. And she says, I want to create a podcast called Permission to Be. And I had full body chills. And then I had full body jealousy because I was like, I want to be a part of that. That's really good. How do I tell her that? And I didn't. I ate my words. And then come full circle, she's like, I don't really want to do it by myself. Would you do it with me? I'm like, thank you. Yes, I'm in. And so Permission to Be is a place where we genuinely are tired of trying to fit a narrative, a script, a box that everyone has put us in. I've decided no more labels, that there has got to be more balance. And in that is the permission for yourself to be whoever it is you want to be, whenever you want to be it, and the permission to change your mind. And so that for me is what Permission to Be means. That's not my story, but that's what I envision for this podcast is how can we together create a place where women can feel seen and feel heard and rage and get excited and cry with laughter, right? Like if you're laughing and crying.
Laughter through tears. I love laughter through tears.
We do a lot of that, you and I.
We do. We do. Yep.
So that's what I want Permission to Be, to become. So what do you want Permission to be in your eyes?
Oh, you're flipping it up on me. Okay.
Let's get into it.
Permission to Be So permission to be came when I was at a really hard time. So it actually on Christmas Day, 2024, I got a raging flu. I mean, went down. I've not been that sick in I don't know how long. It essentially wiped the floor with me. I had a lot of time in my bed. I was too sick to watch anything. I was too sick to read anything, which is big for you and me to not be able to read. We'll get into more of that later. But I just started questioning everything. And I've always felt my voice was my superpower, but I'd also always been told that I was too much and too loud. So I'd always quieten that voice. I remember being on this coaching call and this woman asking me what I would do if I wasn't going to get paid. What would I do for free? And it came out in passing that essentially my body had slowed me down to the point because I moved really quickly. So I was moving. And she was like, sometimes your body will physically slow you down enough to where your soul can catch up. And that was the moment. I was so frustrated that I was having trouble coming back from this and my body just couldn't kick it. I slowed down enough to have my soul actually catch up, which for type A's, that's tough. And all of a sudden, the podcast came to me. And not only that, but then the name, it just clicked. And I knew that it was what I wanted to do. I knew that was the thing. And I'd even recorded a few solo episodes. And I just could never get into it. I don't like monologuing. And so what's funny is Jane and I have conversations. We pretty much talk all the time. It's
Codependent.
yeah, you could argue that. Like if you look at our call log, it's like Jane Box.
I love that.
Husband, Jane Box. There's like a couple of husbands in there, but mostly it's Jane. She lives in Colorado. I live in California. It's a long distance relationship. It sucks. I don't recommend it, but that's where we're at. So we have all these conversations and they're so good. We don't talk about how's the weather or anything. We're deep quickly. And every single time that we would have these conversations with other people, they would crave it. They wanted these conversations. And so then it just clicked. I was driving in Central Coast, California, and I was just like, will you do this with me? And she was like, yes, I will.
Said it so fast.
So that's how Permission to Be was born. And then my vision of Permission to Be is very similar to what you said. It is creating a space for the people that are in that messy middle. Right? If you go online, you see there's the before and there's the after. They don't generally even show the before until they are the after because nobody really wants to show that, right? But I think for most moms, we live in the messy middle. We exist in the messy middle.
Right.
But nobody talks about it.
And yet
right?
we always talk about like, well, how was the journey to get to your CEO job or like when you make the $1 million or you've broken through. But yet we as women, we don't talk about the actual mess of it.
No, which then makes us feel very alone. Because if we're stumbling, if we're falling, if we feel like we're wading through waist-deep mud, and it seems like, especially with social media, that everybody's just sailing through life and that nobody's having any problems. And I remember getting on social media. My daughter was laying on my chest as it was my second child. And I remember just feeling utterly lost. Like I had been erased from the life that I was trying to build. And it gut punched me, like took my breath away, that I had no idea who I was anymore.
I'm not trying to take away from that story because that's kind of one of those very sad moments, like cue the sad music. But also it reminds me of motherhood, and whoever wrote the book on motherhood, she should be demoted.
Oh, you just totally changed the subject.
I did. I'm thinking, yeah, we've all been there. But yeah, I never knew when I was going to have children that was one of the processes, one of the phases, one of the stages that you would experience. No one told me that.
Whoever does the PR for motherhood should be promoted. They should.
I say demoted.
Look at it whichever way. They're doing a really good job.
I guess that person should get a raise.
Yeah, right? Because otherwise, if people really knew what was involved in motherhood, birth rates would decline pretty drastically. Just name another job that is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You get 0 sick days. You get 0 vacation days.
I don't get a bathroom break.
You don't get paid.
But like, I literally cannot poop without my children and my dog being inside the
Yeah,
bathroom
no,
with
there's
me.
no such thing as privacy as a mom.
Never.
Like, that's gone. I went to the bathroom the other day. Everyone in my home found my daughter found me, my son found me, my dog found me, and lastly, my husband found me.
Why?
All in like a 5-minute
Wait,
span.
what did your husband need?
He was checking on me because my kid said I snapped it. He's like, honey, are you all right?
See, that's really funny. Whenever I go to the bathroom, my husband, his name is Seth, he goes to our dog. He's like, where's mama? Why would you do that? I would like to be in the bathroom. And sure enough, here comes the dog. Like, oh, hi, mom.
That deserves a punch in the throat.
He thinks it's very funny. I don't.
No,
not one
not
time.
Funny. No, that's not funny.
No, motherhood is definitely really challenging. And like, you and I are different in the sense of we made this really big decision to homeschool our children. They're almost 8 and they're 6.5. And so we want to travel and we are desiring a shift. And you and I, you love the idea of traveling with your kids right now, but the idea of like teaching your kids at home
gives me hives.
I really like that. We are such good friends that like she can fill in the blank parts when I hit pause.
Knew where you were going there. Yeah, that's not. No, love homeschooling parents. That is not built into my DNA. Unless I'm doing it from like the beaches of France. I could do that. I could homeschool my kids
and on Antibes
from an exotic place. Yeah, Marbella. Why not? Yeah, sure. I'll get on the board. But if I'm no.
But I also love that about us is that people will learn through this podcast is that we are not the same person, that we love one another and we respect and we give each other space, but we're also very different. And so we can challenge each other and we can grow with one another. And so hopefully through this podcast, people will be able to hear one of our voices that maybe they relate with versus the other as much, but we're all here together to grow.
Well, and going back to that first spinoff, what I hope Permission to Be becomes, and this is something that you and I have lived for years, is we healed in silence for a really, I don't even know that it was healing. It might have been more suffering in silence of thinking that we were the only ones. And we figured out, especially even just between you and I, that healing happens so much faster when you actually are doing it out loud, when you're sharing, when you're being vulnerable, when you have somebody in your corner to be like, yeah, you're not alone. Everybody else is dealing with that. And I think that this podcast has the potential to be that. When I have this pie in the sky idea of what Permission to Be is, it's a woman listening to it and thinking to herself, holy crap, I'm not alone. Like, and we might not have all the answers on how to heal or how to get past whatever you're going through. But we've done a lot of healing over the years, and we are also brutally honest and complete open books. I am not afraid to share the messy middle of where I'm at, and neither is Jane. And so really that is, if you were to tell me 3 years down the line for me to say that Permission to Be is a success, it would be that women listen to it and they feel less alone, and that in seeing us heal through the messy middle, that they have the courage to do it too.
Shannon knows this, my philosophy, my little slogan after my name is to build a bigger table. And that's where I think the messy middle really can coexist. We are creating a table where everyone belongs and that there is no exclusivity. And I have to pivot a little because you were talking about motherhood and how we have no alone time. And this is a little random, but it's on point. So just bear with me. I recently read that there was a study done where people were put into isolation for 36 hours. What do you call it? Like confinement in a jail?
Solitary?
Yes, thank you. Solitary confinement. And one person ended up making it for 36 hours without going crazy. And his success was based on the fact that he was talking out loud. And that's what we're here with Permission to Be, is to talk out loud about these feelings. Mm-hmm. So he was literally saying, I'm touching the wall, I'm touching my shoulders, I'm sitting down, I'm putting my head down. And so he created everything that he was doing in the dark, he said out loud. And I don't know about you, but it also got me to think, I bet every single woman who is a mother would rock 36
I'm
hours.
like, no, that's a vacation. Like, you're going to stick me in solitary with nobody saying mom for
Totally.
36 hours?
I was like, how do I create a poll of mothers given
I
this
would
one?
win money betting that women would be like, sign me up. I
Right.
get 36 hours in quiet. Like, I won't even need to talk to myself. Like, the quiet.
I thought about that would be the perfect silent auction gift.
Oh my God. And then you get like paid a fee for being in a clinical trial too, because I'll nail that.
Why don't we go for
They're
48?
like, you've done it 3 times. We get it. You can't do it again. I'm like,
You
never
sure?
said you couldn't repeat.
But there's
fine.
something to be said about talking out loud. And that's what permission to be is talking through the mess of it out loud without filters, without worrying that I'm going to offend someone. While I may make someone angry with what I've said, I also might resonate with someone else. And so there's the polarizing and the magnetizing. And can we fit in the middle? Which goes with the tattoo I just got. Should I say it? Okay, another backstory, because Shannon and I are talking about why we did all this. In 2024, so I have experienced really sick children in and out of the hospital, and Shannon introduced me to a health tool that quite literally saved our children's life. And I've gone on this journey of creating a documentary and really trying to become that voice that speaks for others because I was willing to answer the call to go first. And in that, there is balance where I don't know about you, but I've put people on pedestals. I've thought that I was a nobody. I thought that I had imposter syndrome. And the opposites then was where I was also putting myself. And so if you put someone on a pedestal, that means you're putting yourself in the pit. And I've learned this year that there is balance. So while I've been healthy and wanting to work out and take care of my family and eating non-toxic and clean water and all those things, I also wasn't very happy because I felt like I had to keep going, right? I have to show up, right? Instagram, you have to look perfect all the time. When really it's like, I don't wear a bra and I wear socks over my sweatpants and this hair is like 36 hours old and my makeup's from yesterday. But I can't say that out loud because that's messy, right? The messy middle. And so I told Shannon today, she didn't know I was going until I said, I'm going to go get a tattoo.
Yeah, I have a bone to pick with that, but it's fine.
And so I created this, and it's kind of hard to see because it's not for anyone else. It's for me to see when I'm working. And it's IATS, I am the source. And I hope that for every single woman that's listening, it's that you don't have to look for outside validation. You don't have to look for someone to see you because it's already within you. And we're hoping through the messy middle, we all give you permission to put down the facade, to put down your armor that you have to keep putting on, thinking that this is how you have to be portrayed, and know that Shannon and I, we see you for you. And this is that place where we're going to have a lot of fun talking about those things.
Yeah, because one other thing that you and I had talked about, we laugh a lot with each other.
A lot.
Yeah. So, another thing that
She's
motherhood,
also really funny.
well, but I was just going to say that's another thing that motherhood, I don't think for any of my life I've ever thought I was funny because anytime that you're funny, it kind of commands attention. And for most of my life, I was told you're too big, you're too much, you're too dramatic. And so I think I quietened that part of me because when you make people laugh, you draw attention. And it also makes people who want to be funny not like you. So, or people who are not so settled in themselves. I don't think I knew I was funny. And then you, for one, are one of my greatest self-esteem boosters.
Wait, not one of your greatest.
Probably the greatest self-esteem booster in that you laugh all the time at me. And so that was the first inkling. I was like, I think I'm funny. I think I'm funny. And then I started hanging out with different people and I was like, oh my God, they're always laughing. This is really fun. I'm funny. And then I remember, and this is the truth about motherhood, is, I think as moms, we don't get to be that side of us. We have 40 tabs open at any given time. We have to remember so many things. We have to be the person that's like the what's for dinner oracle and the keeper of the laundry and the house cleaners. We do so much stuff that those parts of us, I feel like, kind of get stripped away where there's not an environment for us to be funny or lighthearted or playful. And I remember standing in my kitchen not too long ago and looking at my husband and saying, I'm funny. He looked at me like I was crazy. And he was like, what? And I'm like, I'm funny.
He didn't know?
I don't, I think that there's a part of him that knew that I was
But, like-
funny, but he never gets that side of me because it's always mom, right? There are things about motherhood that are absurd and
Yeah.
funny to the point that I'm like, where's Ashton? Where's Ashton Kutcher? He's got to pop out because this is just ludicrous.
Please say
am
I'm being
getting
punked.
punked right
Yeah,
now.
totally.
So there are those moments where parenthood and like motherhood is funny. Other than that, like it's not that funny. So I don't think I was always this serious person. And then we went out of town for one of his friends' weddings. And I mean, I had people howling all weekend. People were like, I don't laugh. Like I don't laugh easily.
Wait,
and that was when I was like, oh my God, I'm funny.
I'm not okay with this.
I know. We have codependency issues. It's fine.
Like, why is it that she can make other people laugh and I should be happy for her, but all I feel is serious rage of you are not allowed to laugh with my friend?
I mean,
what
how
are their
many times
names?
have I
Where do
sent
they?
you memes of like how I would talk to people if they think that you're going to be. She doesn't want to be your friend. She's taken.
It's interesting. I'm so happy that Shannon is out and she's like engaging with other people. And then there's a Jekyll
We're
and
going to have
Hyde.
to give a lot of context to that clip.
I just love
She's
my
out.
friend so much. And yet there is this part of me that's like, I don't want anyone to know how magical and special she is because then other people are going to want her attention.
You do know we're putting out a public podcast, right?
Oh, that's semantics.
Yeah.
We're doing it together. See, if you were doing this without me, I would have a problem with it.
But yeah, I'm funny.
You are funny.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You look beautiful, by the way, today.
A new webcam.
You look great.
Okay. Next up. How are we doing? Like pulse check. How are we doing going into, so 2 things, ending 2025. So 2025 wrap up.
Oh.
And then just pulse check how, like when this releases, it will be a week before Christmas.
Cool. All right. 2025. I think we've learned this term. This year was orthorexic.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I did everything. The sauna, the working out, the stretching, the cold plunge, the vibration plate, the rebounder, the juices, the supplements, the enemas, all of it. Awesome. I'm not taking away from any of that. I think that all of those are very vital. But I have had so much fun in the last probably 2 months because I am drinking wine at night with my husband versus feeling like I'm a bad parent or I shouldn't be because it's not good for your health. It's like, no, it is awesome. It tastes delicious. And I'm even drinking it out of like water cups, red Solo cups, right? Like I'm not looking fancy. I can't believe
Seth is letting you.
But yeah. Now, instead of him saying like, what kind of wine do you want? And I used to be like, oh, I want a Bordeaux or I want Burgundy. I'm like, red. And he goes, what? I'm like, red. With an ice cube, baby, because it's a little hot outside. But I'm also, like, check this out. I'm not going to show the brand, but I'm pretty sure that this lipstick is not non-toxic, right? It's got all the stuff I should be putting on my body, but I feel beautiful with it. So I am releasing through the mess of it all of saying, I have got to stop thinking that I have to do all of these things to be this person versus I just am enjoying my life more, right? I got the tattoo today and I went and had margarita and some queso at a Mexican restaurant.
Hold on. If I would have told you at the beginning of 2025 that you were going to go out and have a margarita, queso, and get a tattoo,
yeah,
you would have looked at me like I was from a different planet.
I would have judged me.
Yes.
And that's also what I've learned. I don't judge anymore. It's like, I don't know your story. I don't know what you've done or gone through or been through or trying to get out of or inspiring to become. So for me, I am really looking forward to this year because this has been the year of shedding, which is we've learned. Shannon and I did not come up with that concept. This is the year of shedding.
Boy, is it true.
Yeah, but it's great. It's also shedding relationships that no longer serve you or saying no to the family obligations that you don't leave feeling joyous and fulfilled. You feel drained and tired. So going into the holidays, I actually think it's pretty apropos for us to be launching this because we are shedding this old narrative, allowing the messy to be seen going into the holidays, which is going to be messy. And let's have some fun with it.
I love that.
What about you? What is your recap of this year. How did you start and how are you going to finish?
I feel like 2025, and this credit goes to you. I feel like 2025 was sponsored by Chumbawamba tub thumping. Like, I get knocked down, but I get up again. That is the theme song of 2025. If I had to sum up 2025 in what it is, tub
Get
thumping.
knocked down.
I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I almost stayed down a few times. I'm not gonna lie. There were some times where I think you had to get on the phone with me and be like, get up.
That laughter, I felt it in my chest bone.
Oh, it's so bad. Like when they were like 2020, like going out of, 2024 was a bit of a year. And then going into 2025, I was like, this is our year. And I should have known when I started January 1st in bed with like a horrific flu that it probably was not keyed up to be the most fantastic year in the
It's
world.
like hold my beer moment for you.
No, that was just the start. And it's been across the board. Everybody that you talk to, they will tell you that 2025. I don't think anybody is sad to see 2025 go. Everybody on New Year's Eve is going to be counting down just to get it out. Just go away. Like, if I shed much more, I'm going to be stark naked. It's been a lot. It's been relationships. It's been a ton of trauma and me stuff that I've just gotten rid of, which is why I think you and I can now show up in this space.
Totally.
But for anybody who thinks that healing, that all of a sudden you get to a place where
I've arrived.
I'm a type A, like, people pleaser.
Shocker.
Yeah. And words of affirmation are my love language. So I secretly think that when I started therapy, I thought I was going to get some like certificate of completion from my therapist being like, you did it. Like, you're great. That doesn't happen.
That does not exist.
That does not happen. Come to find out, you never graduate. It's Van Wilder in college. You're just going to keep going. Always.
You are on fire. Don't stop. Don't stop, please.
No, that's been the truth, man. And like both of us, we've realized that no matter how healed you get, the bad days are not going to stop.
No, I feel like I've got
better at healing from them.
We got blood in the mouth, dirt in the eyes.
Yeah, like
we're getting back up.
I hope my son doesn't listen to this because I just got him one of those, those punching bags that like comes back up. That's what I feel like I've been 2025. And thanks to therapy, I get back up faster. I pop right back up. Doesn't mean we've both had dirt in our teeth too many times to count this year. You and I are growth junkies. That's what we are, which is also why this podcast is perfect, because you are experiencing one of Jane and I's just phone conversations.
True story.
Enter the group chat with Jane and I on coming home to yourself. It will be messy. It will be clunky. You will laugh. You will cry. But you will not be alone.
True. And if you're not laughing at least one part of this podcast episode, then we probably are not your people.
No.
And that's okay. No shame.
Yeah.
Unsubscribe.
No, but really like it, subscribe. It helps us.
No, but really follow, please.
But
because
really, please. We need to make this work. We are launching this in 2025. I don't know if that's smart or stupid, but we're doing it.
We are choosing it. Change your vocabulary.
We are choosing to have this podcast go. We're also choosing to release it at the end of a shedding year.
You know what Shannon said? If you're not crying when you're laughing, then you're not living life. Look, I got tears.
No, she's crying. For those of you in the audio only world, she's crying. No, so that's been 2025.
We got to do something fun though for the holidays.
But I have an idea.
Thank God.
Okay, so my husband
last
and I
year
have done this.
You rocked it last year with me.
No, I didn't. I went down with the flu.
But you were sending me gifts and text messages that were getting me through the holidays with laughter.
Oh, no, that was probably like from my bed dying.
But I felt it deeply.
I'm glad you were thriving. I was dying. So my husband and I have done this in the past. I forget. We got the idea from some show. I think it might have even been like Modern Family or something.
Let's just take the credit.
Okay, I came up with it. Integrity. Shedding that. It's fine. So it's the idea of creating a bingo card. So stick with me. So it's a bingo card But instead of numbers,
Yeah.
it has all the stuff that drives you out of your mind in the holidays.
That's a long list.
No kidding. There's 25 spots on this bingo card.
Don't you have to have some repetition?
No.
We could just, oh yeah, baby.
No, it's going to be a lot. So what it is, so you have this bingo card and
Okay.
you put all these different things, like for instance, unsolicited parenting advice. Someone comments on your weight. Kids meltdown in public. Too many events in one day. Lose it and find yourself crying in the bathroom. Whatever it is, this whole bingo card is filled. Now you can do it by yourself. You can do it with your husband. You can do it with your best friend. You can do it with whatever. Prizes can be whatever. You could turn it into a drinking game. You could take, like, loser has to take the other person out to dinner or out to coffee, whatever suits you. But what you do is anytime, and you just keep this going. And anytime you go into like a family gathering where you have an uncle who always makes political comments, that is a square, and you get to check off the square. And whoever gets bingo first wins.
For those of you who are just listening to this, my mouth is literally like it dropped open. I'm full on game on, yes.
It gamifies the insanity of Christmas as a mother.
I think this hopefully will help transform parenting forever.
Just saying, if it's a hit at Christmas, we'll make it for any family gathering. Oh, it's good.
It's really good. Actually, I'm all in. So I don't want to create it. So can you create it?
I already have it. I created it for my husband and I.
Really?
Yes.
Why didn't I know about this? I feel
I
like
just did it.
Okay,
I just did
that's
it.
fair.
I had to collect all the things. So here's the deal.
brilliant.
We'll give it to all of you.
Really? That's
Yes.
kind.
Yes. So I'll see
Yeah,
if
I
I
like
can
that.
make it into, we just have it like drawn out. So I'll make it into an actual thing
Okay.
and comment bingo on any of our social media. So whether it's TikTok, Instagram, whatever. I don't know if you can,
Feeling
I don't
this.
know if you can message on YouTube, but so find us on socials at the Permission to Be podcast on Instagram and TikTok, and comment the word bingo. And we will send you the Holiday Overstimulation Bingo card.
Gosh. Should we have some type of a prize, like whoever gets all of them?
God, that poor person.
But that poor person should also be seen, recognized, loved, and heard.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good idea. I think
We'll
it
think
is.
of something.
It changes everything. Because then all of a sudden, when Aunt Mary makes an inappropriate comment about how you parent, you're like, check.
Nailed that one,
Got
Mary.
it.
Thank you.
All of a sudden, you're in the middle of a gathering. You're like, bingo. People are like,
Inside joke. You're not privy to it
you're
right
like,
now.
it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh, I
It's
would love to
gold.
do that. That would actually be
It's gold.
very appropriate.
It's
I'm in.
gold.
I'm in.
So our gift to you, it'll go
Bingo.
live the same time that this podcast does. So
Okay.
on Wednesday.
Is there something that we want to talk about for the next episode that we can leave people like, let's leave a little cliffhanger?
I have an idea.
If you have an accent, bring it out right now.
Well, I mean, I grew up in the South. So
Do it. Well, I only have a Southern drawl accent.
You can only say Jane.
But I say it so well.
You,
So, Miss Shannon, what are we going to be talking about on the next
my God,
episode?
we're really going to do that?
I don't know. I just really enjoyed the Southern drawl. Like, let's not knock it.
I think we go Bad Moms Christmas.
Okay.
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. And not,
I'm game.
Not talking about complaining, but all of us, remember at the beginning of the episode, we talked about that, you know, women in our age, late 30s, early 40s, love you if you're outside of that age range. You
Yeah,
just
we
might be
do.
dealing with a different mixed grab bag of things. Maybe you're postpartum. That's a whole other mixed grab bag of things. But it's like this, is it hormones? Is it luteal? Is it perimenopause? Or do I just hate how my husband breathes?
Yes.
It's that fun game, right? We
Do
moved
that.
from poop or chocolate when our kids were younger, and now is it perimenopause or I just am
Which really
irritated
is
with my
just
life.
like,
Here's what we do is part of our thing is making it feel like moms are not by themselves, right? Who thought it was a good idea for overstimulated moms to have to bake cookies for the entire freaking neighborhood? Like, you don't have enough to do. Let's bake cookies and hand deliver them in the cold with kids who then want to eat all the cookies. Like, who came up with this?
I don't do that.
Again, motherhood PR. You rock. Like, you, most false advertising
True.
I have ever seen. No, but I think we just go through the episode. I think we should title it "We Listen and We Don't Judge." You're not
I'm
allowed to
so
judge.
happy
There's no
about that.
judgment in this space.
We
Motherhood is hard enough
listen.
without tearing each other down.
I'm in, because there's a lot out there where I used to be pre-Jane, pre-2025, I used to judge. Post? Nah. I'll just listen. Like, there's
Life's-
no judgment from me.
Yeah, no, there's too much about motherhood that's too hard to judge.
All
I
right.
just need support.
I just need to make sure I understand this. So our next episode, we're going right into the fire of, is it menopause, perimenopause, luteal phase, or just who we are? With the notion of...
You just made a good point. Is it luteal, perimenopause, or is this my real personality?
Or menopause.
So, like, as you're stripping it all away, like, is this just me?
And then we're doing all of that with this beautiful bow of
Holiday
we listen,
edition.
we don't judge, holiday edition.
Holiday edition.
This is perfect because I got things to say going into the holidays.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
And I will probably be luteal.
So for the person that's listening, we hope that this resonates. And if it does, follow us, comment the word bingo, and let's have some fun.
I really, 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 truly want to know how the bingo cards go for people. Genuinely.
I mean, now I'm kind of looking forward to like getting all 25.
I know.
I
right?
don't want to avoid it. Now I'm like, let's just get into it.
I know.
Okay.
Like, you get excited. My kid melted down in public. Another square.
Okay,
I had to
this is
hold it
great.
together while being overstimulated. Another
square. I just love you. I'm having a ball with this, and I hope everyone enjoys this as much as I did.
Yes. So make sure, follow us, share this with another mom who you think could use it.
Oh,
I
and look,
can hear your cue of kids are coming
my
in.
kids are here.
Which is going to shut it off. There she is.
We'll see you at the next episode.
All right. Thanks for hanging out with us in the messy middle. If this episode made you feel seen, laugh a little, or think, wow, it's not just me, then you are exactly who this space is for.
And if you want to keep these conversations going, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. And if you know another woman who's navigating hormones, motherhood, or just the general chaos of being human, send this her way.
And remember, we listen, we don't judge, and you don't have to have it all figured out to belong here. We'll see you next time.